Welcome to Star Chat, the podcast where we explore the wonders of the universe and all its secrets. I'm your host, Carl, and I'm excited to share some fascinating space news with you today. We've got a big story to kick off the show, as SpaceX is set to launch an even bigger Starship prototype on a key test flight. This will be the 12th such flight for Starship, but the first launch of the new third-generation Starship, dubbed V3, which is bigger, more powerful, and a step closer to being fully reusable. The rocket is scheduled to lift off from a new launch pad at SpaceX's Starbase facility in Texas during a launch window that opens later today. Weather conditions are 55% favorable for the flight, according to SpaceX. The company plans to broadcast the event live, so you can tune in and watch it happen in real time. This test will be closely watched because NASA hopes to use Starship to land its astronauts on the lunar surface as part of the agency's Artemis program. SpaceX and Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin are each building lunar landers that NASA could use for a planned moon landing in 2028. Starship V3 measures 408 feet tall, fully stacked, a few feet taller than its predecessor, and has undergone extensive redesigns since its last test flight 7 months ago. The rocket's booster, known as Super Heavy, and its upper stage, called Ship, have new engines that will generate around 18 million pounds of thrust. During the suborbital test flight, Starship will try to deploy 22 Mach Starlink satellites and relight one of the upper stage's 6 Raptor engines in space. The test flight is expected to last about 65 minutes, and the upper stage should splash down in the Indian Ocean at the end of the mission. SpaceX faces a tight timeline for its development of Starship, with the goal of having it ready for next year's Artemis III mission. If all goes well, SpaceX will then work to get Starship certified to carry NASA astronauts to the moon in 2028. We'll be keeping a close eye on this test flight and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. We'll also be exploring other exciting space news stories, including the latest developments in private spaceflight and new discoveries from around the universe. We'll be right back with more fascinating space news on Star Chat. Welcome back to Star Chat, where we're exploring the wonders of the universe and all its secrets. As we continue our journey through the cosmos, I'd like to take you back in time to a remarkable story that highlights the enduring legacy of space exploration. In 1964, the U.S. Navy launched a small satellite called Transit 5B5 into a low polar orbit. This tiny spacecraft, weighing only about 70 kilograms, was part of the first generation of navigation satellites that paved the way for modern GPS technology. What's astonishing is that, despite being launched over 5 decades ago, Transit 5B5 is still in orbit, still transmitting, and still being used by amateur radio operators around the world. As we ponder the remarkable longevity of this satellite, let's consider the vast expanse of time and space that it has traversed. Over billions of kilometers, Transit 5B5 has silently witnessed the evolution of human spaceflight, from the early days of exploration to the current era of commercialization and globalization. Its continued transmission is a testament to the ingenuity and craftsmanship of the engineers who designed and built it, as well as the indomitable spirit of curiosity that drives us to explore and understand the universe. What's equally fascinating is that, despite its enduring presence in orbit, nobody at the Navy has been in charge of Transit 5B5 for decades. This raises important questions about our responsibility to monitor and maintain the satellites we launch into space, as well as the potential risks and consequences of abandoning them. As we move forward in an era of increasing space activity, it's essential that we prioritize sustainability, accountability, and environmental stewardship in our pursuit of celestial discovery. As we reflect on the story of Transit 5B5, let's appreciate the profound connections between human history, technology, and the cosmos. This small satellite may have started as a humble navigation tool, but its legacy has become a powerful symbol of our boundless curiosity and ingenuity. As we continue to push the frontiers of space exploration, let's remember the importance of responsible innovation, critical thinking, and a deep respect for the vast and wondrous universe that surrounds us. Welcome back to Star Chat. I'm your host, Carl. As we conclude our journey through the cosmos today, let's take a fascinating look at a recent encounter between NASA's Psyche spacecraft and Mars. This flyby was more than just a passing glance. It was an opportunity for scientists to gain new insights into the Martian South Polar Cap, a region shrouded in mystery and debated among researchers. Imagine being able to peek beneath the icy surface of Mars's South Pole, where radar observations have hinted at the possibility of underground liquid water. This discovery, if confirmed, would be monumental, as liquid water is considered one of the essential ingredients for life. The European Space Agency's Mars Express orbiter sparked excitement in 2018 with evidence suggesting a buried lake under nearly a mile of ice. However, newer observations from NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter have complicated this picture, indicating that the signals might instead come from smooth rock layers or ancient lava flows trapped beneath the ice. The Psyche spacecraft, on its way to explore a metal-rich asteroid between Mars and Jupiter, used Mars for a gravity assist, passing within 864 miles of the Martian surface. This close approach not only boosted the spacecraft's speed by roughly 1,000 mph, but also provided an unprecedented view of the South Polar Cap. The images captured are the sharpest yet, with a resolution of just over a half mile per pixel, offering scientists a detailed look at this water-ice-rich region that stretches more than 430 miles across. The significance of Mars's polar caps cannot be overstated. They serve as a record of the planet's climate history, with stacked layers of water ice, frozen carbon dioxide, and dust deposited over billions of years. These layers are akin to pages in a history book, preserving evidence of how Mars's conditions have changed over time. As we continue to explore our solar system, encounters like these remind us of the vast mysteries waiting to be unraveled. The Psyche mission, with its future destination being an asteroid that could potentially be the exposed core of an early failed planet, promises to reveal more secrets about the formation and interior of worlds like Earth. That's all for today's Star Chat. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember to keep looking up at the stars.